And I think we'll get started. Good morning, everyone. I'm Denise Engel. I am one of the Regional Centers for Workforce Transformation leads. Today, we have a really great opportunity to discuss with you all about a master's program through Stony Brook University. So I'm going to pass things over to Carolyn Jankowski from Stony Brook.
Hi, everybody. I'm very excited to be able to, oh, my phone's ringing. What are the chances of that? Let me just close that off, please. Sorry, I don't have a dog that barks, but every once in a while the phone rings. So my name is Carolyn Jankowski. I'm Assistant Dean at Stony Brook School of Professional Development, and we are a graduate school, and we offer programs for students who are adult learners working full-time, and we're very excited about this opportunity. We've been doing programs like this. We started probably around 2017 with one cohort with one agency on Long Island, and we offered our Masters of Arts and Liberal Studies with that program. And we also developed a number of courses that were very relevant for human services. So our Liberal Studies degree is a 33 credit master's degree. It has a few foundation courses, core courses that are required. And then it has it's usually for a traditional student, it's a design your own type of degree, whatever your focus is, whatever areas of interest that you have. But what we're doing with our cohort programs is we've been working now with a number of Long Island agencies to develop one that builds on skills that are very relevant to human services professionals. So you're going to start out with 4 courses. The first 4 courses are the foundation courses for the liberal studies degree in being an effective professional. And this is an unusual liberal studies master's in that we're really focusing on the working professional. So our first course will be on effective professional communication. And then we'll have a course on effective professional leadership and action, another one on thinking, professional thinking. And that really talks about, you know, how do you take your ideas, moving them forward? How are you innovative at whatever company you work with or whatever type of work that you do? And then the last one is on global and social awareness. And that's to give you a rounded understanding. We talk about diversity, we talk about international experiences, and that transcends to all types of companies and all kinds of business and all kinds of work. Then we'll be selecting 5 main courses that really focus on human services. The one course that you would take is on transition planning. We have a nice 3 credit course on transition planning for people with IDD. And we have some leadership-based courses that are very relevant. One is on theory and practice of leadership, and another, and I'm going to give you a list of all of these, so you will have, you know, a definite page, so you don't have to write anything. And the other is on leading high-performing teams. The next course that we're interested in offering is advocacy and legislation, and this really focuses on how does advocating for a particular activity or event lead to legislation. So things like, how did ADA become a law? How is a campaign like Be Fair to Direct Care maybe one day develop into some kind of a law on minimum wage or things like that, living wage? You never know. I'm praying. So it gives you an idea on that. And then other courses that we offer, we do have to provide a science course. Right now, we're looking at a course called Communication Technology. Very relevant for now. You're all working, doing things differently than you ever did before, especially with COVID. So it might be on discussing the evolution of telehealth, the evolution, you know, it'll be talking about all these other things that are coming out now. With another option of maybe a course in autism. And then the final course that you would need is the capstone course, which is like a master's thesis. It's a 25-page research paper that you do at the end of everything. And that course is more independent in nature, that you will look at a topic of your choosing that's approved by your professor and do the research on that topic. And they help you throughout the whole way. So I wanted to just give you an idea what this degree is about. Again, it's customized. This degree is not offered to any other. The Masters of Arts and Liberal Studies degree is offered to traditional students, but these courses that I'm talking about are very unique to this human services program. And right now it's not being offered elsewhere. So it's not offered to the general public, let's put it that way. So it's a unique opportunity for everybody. I'm going to bring up a slide presentation. And see if I can share my screen. I pretty much spoke about this, but let's move on a little bit more. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. So the master's degree, the way I spoke to you about it already, I gave you some in-depth understanding of the degree itself and what the meat of the program is and the course content. Again, this is specific to this program. We started in 2017. So far, we've graduated about 125 individual folks from a variety of agencies, and one of the agencies such as Family Residence and Essential Enterprises, Life's Work, YAI. We're currently with Rockland ARC has just graduated 15 people. I'm just trying to think of others. We're currently in contract with people from HRC, Nassau. CP Nassau is coming on board. So we have a number of people on Long Island that are already involved in this program. And it's really nice to see that they're already graduating folks. The program rate, which is SUNY tuition at our regular tuition rate, but it's reduced by the fact that we're offering a $200 scholarship to anyone in a cohort program that is a human service individual provider. And we waiving many of the fees. Those waived fees per course could be about $300. So a total savings on a SUNY tuition for a master's degree of about $500 by going through this cohort model. It's really a unique experience, and many of the organizations I'm working with do provide tuition reimbursement to their employees. Some are getting as much, but that's all based on your own individual employer. But it can be a very significant savings on a degree that we're offering. This cohort model, you would be pre-enrolled every term as you pay your payment to the regional center New York Alliance program. And it's only available through this program right now. We need 12 students minimal to get this off the ground, and we're hoping that we can do that by the fall. So if you have any friends that are interested in something like this, please let them reach out to us, and we'll be happy to give them, all the background that they need on it. It's a fully online program, and by asynchronous, it means not real time. So you work with your professor, you do discussions, you post every week, a couple of times a week, and your class moves along that way. But we will be offering some synchronous, which means real-time sessions. So your professor may say, listen, I want to see if everybody's available Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock, we can have open discussion. We can spend 45 minutes over, with a quick overview, whatever you prefer. So that'll be something that the students all collectively with the instructor will decide on when you want to have those real-time sessions. The program, there's a few features with this master's degree program. There is no GRE required. Again, I spoke about the fees waived, about the scholarship that you'll get. One of the nice things about our school is we're only focused on adult learners. And so we have a lot of non-traditional part-time students, and we support you in every step of the way. You'll have a Stony Brook status, and you'll get all the Stony Brook student benefits. So, ticket discounts, things like that. You'll have a Stony Brook ID card if you want a card. And we treat you like every Stony Brook student that we have here. So in order to be part of this program, you do need an agency recommendation. Normally, we don't require a recommendation if you're coming through a single cohort. With this program, we'll be talking a little bit more about that, on how we need you to be able to forward a recommendation from your own agency to our connection here. Right now, it's going to be Denise, but it may change to a New York Alliance staff member. Again, the cohort model, what's really nice about this is you're going to be going to this program with all the same students in your class throughout. It's never going to change. You start with them and you'll finish with them, and you'll start to develop a really great bond, a sense of community. It's really unusual to have a cohort start and finish together. 95%, I would say, of the people who are in this program graduate. In some cases, 100%, depending on, the organization. COVID kind of put a little glitch in some of that percentage rate, because folks were either, furloughed or whatever, so they had to stop out. But if anything were to happen that you needed to stop out of the program through this cohort, you're still a Stony Brook student and you still have the status to finish this degree at any stage. So you should know that. And then in addition, what's really nice, and what all the folks that are in this program say to me, that they sometimes are able to learn something in the class during that week and immediately transfer it to their job. And that's really what all of us are hoping that you'll be able to do. I think I spoke about the different types of courses. There's the foundation courses on professionalism. There's the human service cohort concentration, the science course, which is that computer science program, but it's really about communication and technology, and then the capstone seminar. The entire program is 11 courses, which is very minimal for a master's degree. Many master's degrees are upwards of 40 to 60 credits per program. So this is a nice program to get you that master's degree in a fairly quick time. We do our classes in 4 10-week terms per year, 1 course per term, because that is really a good amount of workload that you'll be able to manage while working full time. And the time to degree, 1 course per term, is 2.5 years. It goes very quickly. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. Again, these are some of the courses, and I'm going to share this with everyone who's here. We'll be able to get you into those more in-depth information. The information that I'll talk now a little bit about is about the application itself and what that involves. An official transcript is required of your from your bachelor's degree. It should be sealed and mailed, or the best way to do it is to upload it electronically, and I'm going to give you all that information. The letter of recommendation, we will try to work that out. We're trying to figure out the best way that this program is going to be managed, but because you're with this program, you don't need to have a full letter of recommendation. We need just something to state that you're an employee in good standing, that you're a member of the regional centers, and that you're going to be part of this program. The personal statement, you must submit a personal statement, and you must submit your current resume. All of these are due on or about, we're really hoping to have a July 30th deadline date, so it's kind of tight for a fall start. We're hoping that we can put together 12 individuals from this program to participate. And decisions should be on or around August 30th. We do that as quickly as we can once we get all your materials. There'll be a virtual new student orientation that you'll attend. Again, an enrollment every term will be done by us at Stony Brook. That's one nice thing, a feature of this program that you'll like. My goodness. And I'm sorry, that took me away. So we enroll you every term, and you never have to worry about, well, will the class be filled? Will I miss my deadline for enrollment? We always do that for you. We're expecting classes to begin in September, on September 13th. All online classes begin on a Monday and end on a Sunday night. I'm really sorry. So my daughter is at a doctor appointment, and that's probably what they want to ask me about. So it doesn't matter what you do, anytime, anywhere, right? Official transcripts are required, and they, again, must be sealed or directly emailed from your institution to ours. If you've been a Stony Brook student, you don't need to do that. We have it on file. And if you're have an international transcript, we do need those evaluated. And I can work with you on that, but this shows you a little bit of who to reach out to have them evaluated. And they're evaluated based on our 4.0 GPA in the US. And then I'm going to skip that one, and I'm now going to go to another transcript, another PowerPoint, but I do have a question if anybody else has questions up to this point. I see a chat.
We do have a question in the chat. Raquel says, the email I received said no letter of reference was needed.
Right, we don't need a letter of reference. We just need a approval saying that you're an employee in good standing. So, and that you're with this cohort. Like, I need to know that you're part of this group. So that's really all we need at this point. So we just have to double check on how we're going to verify that you're a employee in good standing and a member of the regional centers, so that we can, push you through this program. And I'm going to stop this share, and then I'm going to check. So everybody good so far? You understand the degree? A copy of your work ID and a letter from our, anything that you upload, someone wrote, can we copy our work ID and a letter from our direct supervisor? If you upload that into your application, because the application lets you upload a variety of materials, I really think that would be terrific. Just add those things. That would be perfect. And that would also help the regional center person who's reviewing, your records as well. So that would be a great idea.
I think that is a great idea. And, just so everyone's aware, this is the first time we're doing this through such an avenue as regional centers in the New York Alliance. So we fully are here to support you through every step of this. Questions might come up. You can reach out to any of us, regional centers or Carolyn, and we'll be happy to support you through the way. One of the things I've experienced so far, because I am part of regional centers, but also I'm a full-time employee at YI. So we've done a cohort group with Stony Brook thus far. And I can say that what we've experienced is that at Stony Brook, everyone is really helpful in terms of letting us know what we have, what we don't have in terms of application process, what do we need to follow up on. So if anything is outstanding, like we need it to move forward, we'll likely have that information and can communicate with you so that we can make things happen.
Yes, Denise has expertly managed all of this for us. And how many did we have graduate, Denise, with your group?
I want to say we started out with maybe 16 in the our first cohort, and 13 stuck through it till the end.
Yeah.
So it was really a great experience for everyone.
Right. And many of the people who, again, it's not a guarantee that, once you move up in your academic career, that possibly that's going to push you through your work career. But honestly, almost everyone has seen some benefit within their organization after completing this program, or even during the program. A lot of folks have sent me a quick note, about their, movement from one position to another, or whatever, giving them confidence, giving them the background knowledge that they feel like now they can do more, or they can do new things. So it's really been a great experience for everybody, and very proud of everyone who has gone through this program.
Yeah, I think many people who have gone through the program already, what they've said is, I never would have been able to get my master's without this type of opportunity. What I appreciated is how I could apply this information directly to my work, and it helped them grow. And then I think from, an agency or a field perspective, we just have more champions than in the field who have knowledge and commitment, and it just works out for everyone. So we're really committed to providing such an opportunity. But I can say, from the students that I've worked with, they really appreciated this opportunity and enjoyed it every step of the way, from the partnership with their cohort members to, the learning and applying. It was really a great experience for all.
So I want to just say that we are, like Denise mentioned, this is going to be a new broad program that we haven't done yet. Most of the time I've worked with one single agency, direct connection with one person. So it's going to be a little bit different for us. We're excited about it. So if you don't mind, we may have a few bugs here and there in the program, but we are looking forward to working through it and ask your patience as we move forward. And the bugs meaning, how are you going to pay the tuition? Who's going to be accepting that? We're working through that right now, and we'll have all that information for you. The way it would work is, this is a third-party contract, so it's going through the New York Alliance, and I'll come back to that. It's coming through the New York Alliance. You would pay your tuition directly to them, and then Stony Brook bills them. And because of that, that's how we're doing this cohort program, how we're getting this reduced rate. Normally tuition with all the fees is about $1,800 a course. And with our reduction in the waiving of the fees and the reduced and the scholarship, if you want to write this number down, the tuition is $1,214.60 for a 3-credit course. Our goal is to have everyone paid prior to the start of the term, so that we know that you're up to date and ready to start the next class. Classes begin again in September. We then have 2 short-term breaks. We have a long break in September. It goes until January. It goes from September to December. I'm sorry, November. You have all of December off. And then January, the very first Monday after New Year's, you start again. Then there's only a week break in between spring 1 and spring 2, so it's quick. So making you aware of that, if you're financially, you have to pay attention to that. And then the next class starts a week later after that in the summer. And then you have a kind of a long break. You have most of August, most of early September off. So most of the time it's a week between the 2 terms, 3 terms, spring 1, spring 2, and summer. But then you have a nice break, and then you have another break. So this is one aspect of it. Someone asked about student loans. Because you're not going through the direct route for Stony Brook, going through a cohort and getting that nice $500 discount, we cannot offer financial aid. But you can get your own personal loans for this through your banks, but financial aid is not available to you for this program. One of the nice things about the program is that it's a reasonable rate. You pay one course a term. That's why we're not doubling up on people. We don't want you to have a financial burden. But when you're done with this program, you will not have any financial debt because you're paying one course at a time and you're moving through the program. So, budget out 4 courses a year, $4,000 and $4,600 approximately for the whole year spread out over the 12 months. Okay, someone asked about other countries' bachelor's degrees. They are available. We do review people with those international transcripts. They do have to be evaluated, and I can set, I will have the link for you to read through. And then I didn't see the last few people. Okay, I already have, let me just, someone already has a master's degree. We have 2 sending those courses and substitute simply. Okay, so someone wanted to know about transfer credit. Basically, if you have a couple of courses in a master's at the master's level, you would be able to have it evaluated for transfer credit. And then we'd be able to allow you to not take 1 or 2 of the courses that it relates to. But I do have to say, if you have a master's degree that's completed and conferred, once you've done that, meaning you've gotten your degree and you don't have any courses beyond that, you cannot use those courses for this program. And that's true of our school too. So you can't, basically, you're not allowed to double dip for 2 different degrees. So unless you have beyond, it's like teachers will usually get a master's plus 15 credits or a master's plus 30 credits. Those credits, as long as they haven't been applied to a degree where a diploma was issued, can be used. And let's see, we have another. Okay. So one of the things about a liberal studies master's degree, someone asked, what kind of jobs can you get with a master's degree in liberal studies? The liberal studies degree, in lots of the research and materials that I've read about master's degrees, is of all the degrees that are out there, it is the one degree 10 years out that people are still working. So if you get a very I'm not talking about clinical degrees, of course, if you're a nurse, you're always going to be able to work. And if you have a master's in social work, you'll always be able to have a job, I'm sure. But the liberal studies degree, as far as from a professional level, is really valuable in that it provides people with skills that you don't get from a very specific type of master's degree. So we have an MBA. You're going to be really skilled in finance, but are you going to be really skilled in communication? Are you going to be really skilled in be well-rounded in topics? So that's one nice thing about this. And what we're doing, because we are focusing on courses that are relevant to the human services, you're going to have a higher level set of skills that are going to be applicable within this field for sure. Many people will be able to move on to really any type of work. The master's, it's very broad in general that way.
I think that's one of the benefits too, is that you can take leadership skills anywhere. Of course, we're advocates for the field, and we hope that all of you as champions, continue to work with us, but you can take these skills anywhere. And not everybody can develop those skills. It's tough to do, right? So I think it's really, again, a great opportunity.
And I have to say, my faculty, some, have had affiliations with organizations human service organizations and provider organizations in the past. A lot of them say to me, after the fact, especially the first timers where they're teaching in your program for the first time, and they've been our recommended instructors, but they never taught in a cohort program before. They really love working with all of you and can't say enough about the dedication, the caring, the thought processes that go through their classes that they say they never would have. They're very thankful for it. So it's a two-way street, I have to say. So I'm just going to run through to another PowerPoint just for you to look at this one. And this again, I'm going to share, but and you'll all get a copy of these. Sorry, this is kind of dry material. I don't have any jokes. I wish I could say so. Okay, so the admissions and applications, this page will give you some links for you to see all about the School of Professional Development and at Stony Brook. And Stony Brook has 13 different schools. We're one of them. So that's how that works. Some of the program pages, you'll learn a little bit more about that. And if you have questions about the liberal studies degree in general, our faculty director is Elisa Scott. She's going to be in these emails, so you'll see them too. And she can help you with any, course content questions. And here it is. I did give you her info. 33 credits, all about the liberal studies. The bachelor's degree is required. There's no GRE, 33. This is a quick recap. 33 credits, 11 3-credit courses. Recommendation from your sponsor, your personal statement, and that's a page and a half, 2 pages. You're going to tell us a little bit about you, why this program is something that you're interested in, how it might help you in your future goals, and a resume and the official transcript. There's a little bit about the personal statement. I thought you would like to know what we're expecting to see in your personal statement, your interests. It must be your own original work, very important. Your resume, the most current one that you have. Again, you don't need a letter of recommendation. We just need verification of your employment, that you're in good standing. In situations where we have to ask a little bit more from you, we might contact you and say we would like to have a recommendation. Maybe, I really haven't seen that happen, but just be aware that we might. Your official transcript, again, we want to make sure that your unofficial transcripts are uploaded as well. When you do your application, upload the unofficial. We can do a preliminary evaluation of your application. The best option is to send it to Stony Brook directly or now electronically. So SPDs are nickname. So it's SPD_transcripts at stonybrook.edu. Have your transcript sent there. It's hard to see the underscore with the hyperlink, so I just wanted you to see that. And again, if you're going to mail it to us, physically mail it, it should be sealed, not opened by you, and put in another envelope and mail to us. And our mailing address is here. So if you're an international transcript, you're going to have it evaluated. And that same thing is they upload it to the WES evaluation. WES is the agency that we recommend. And they do that for you. And then they send us the evaluation. And it's really an interpretation of what that might be, what it looks like at a 4.0 scale. I do want to talk a little bit about conditional admission. So say, for instance, your undergraduate degree was 15, 20 years ago, and you were at one of those great SUNY party schools. And, the first semester you didn't do so well until you got yourself back on your feet. So you don't have the best GPA, but you did graduate. Undergraduates just need passing grades to get their degree. But at the master's degree, we need a B or better. So say you're just shy of a 3.0, which is a B grade. You're a 2.8, a 2.7, 2.9 at your undergrad, but you're a mature person now, you're working a responsible job, you have a lot more going for you than you did when you were 18, 19, 20. So just, put that in your statement, your personal statement, and say that, while my GPA may not have been perfect, I am a dedicated employee, I'm a dedicated to this project, and please, consider my application. We don't look just at the GPA. We look at everything, the entire package of the student's career. And we may or may not say that, well, the GPA is a little bit lower than we'd like. We really need to put you on a conditional admission. So we would admit you with this flag, I guess you call it. And in your first semester, you get an A, your second semester, you get an A, and we remove that hold. You're no longer conditionally admit, you're a full admitted student. You can work your way right through that in 2 semesters. So I just wanted to make you aware that we look at everybody as the whole person. So there's a few things that you need to do when you're applying. So you're going to select the Master of Arts in Liberal Studies degree, but you need to select off-campus cohort. And when you do that, in the pull-down manual, what program are you looking to apply to? You will see off-campus cohort, and you select that, and it automatically then waives another $100 tuition fee, application fee. So we are waiving the application fee as well. So besides the scholarship and the waived Stony Brook fees, you're also going to get the application fee waived. So this is very nice. Right now, I'm asking people to try for July 15. I'm pushing it to July 30th, but the more people that can at least get the application started so that we can see how many are interested in this program, the faster we'll be able to say, this is going to be a go. Even if you just go in there, put your name, put in that you're with the regional centers and the New York Alliance, and just start your application. This is the link for the application. And again, as you're going through your application, what I really would like you to do is start it, put your demographic information in. And even if you don't upload anything today or tomorrow, if you can get it started within this next week, we'd have an indication of if this is something that you're interested in. Again, select the regional center is there as a pull down option. We'll put Denise now for the agency recommender, but that may change. But for right now, put her name in, and then submit your application only when everything is done. So you're going to open your application and you're going to do save and close, save and close, save and close. When you're really done with everything, you have all your materials, that's the only time you'll submit the application. And that's when we were hoping that you could try by July 15th. The sooner the better, this way we know how many people are actually in there. Again, make sure you hit the cohort traditional, or I don't know if they're using the word traditional or off campus, but cohort is got to be in the name of your degree program. Once your application is reviewed and you're all done, we will be sending you a request to accept an offer of admission. That's the final step before we are able to enroll you. Again, we're going to be reviewing applications and sending those offers of admissions out, as we complete. So everyone won't get it all at once. if you have a friend or a colleague that you're joining this with, you could be in different time slots, so no, don't worry if you're not getting it, and they did. Upon admission, you'll be matriculated, you'll be a Stony Brook student, you'll be given an ID number and a Stony Brook email address. And once you get that email address, everything at that point will be communicated through Stony Brook, your stonybrook.edu address. So it's really important to start looking at that once you become a student. And I have my phone set up so that I get all my email streams on there so that we check it regularly. So we recommend that you link all your email addresses to whatever devices you're using so you can regularly check them. Okay, we recommend that you put all your, I'm saying it a million times, don't forget, you're a cohort student, always say you're a cohort student. Any emails that you send to me or anyone at Stony Brook, just say I'm a cohort student with the School of Professional Development, Human Services, and they'll know how to reach everyone that is needed. You can also write to the SPD_liberal studies at Stony Brook. That's also if you have questions about the degree itself. People you should know, myself is Carolyn Jankowski. I'm your connection for Human Services. Elisa Scott is also very involved, and she's your connection for the Liberal Studies program, and she's also the faculty director. So if you have any issues with a faculty member or a question, or someone's not responding to you, you just write to either one of us and we'll get right back to you and help you out with whatever you need. And that is that. I'm hoping that you'll be starting your degree with us. I'm hoping that you find this opportunity to be really one that you'd be interested in pursuing. I'm looking to see some of your questions. Yes, so Denise, do we have everybody's email address that'll be in this meeting right now so that we can send them?
Yes, by the end of today, I will send everyone both the PowerPoint presentations through email. I have everyone's email address.
All right, someone they asked also, so we will be sending you these PowerPoints. And then there are books. It's not, most of our faculty understand that you're working adults and, you're on limited budgets, or, your budgets also involve life that you have to pay for. So they try really hard to do things like ebooks and journal articles. One of the things that we found that we're going to be doing this first time for this semester coming up is first course you're going to take is Effective Professional Communication. And in that course, you'll have a mandatory library session that you'll be attending where you'll learn how to use our library systems. And you'll also taking a mandatory class on research and citations. We've had 2 incidents of plagiarism this year, and I really think it's just because people didn't understand, how to cite properly. So we want to make sure that you're on the top of your game when you get started in this program. And so we're doing the communication course first with those 2 library sessions embedded within the course. And those will be live. They're 45 minutes to an hour, the max. And that will help you. Again, you'll be able to buy books through them. A lot of our faculty will use materials that don't cost anything or at the minimally priced cost. Liberal studies books are not the same cost as, say, like a chemistry book or a, or nursing text. They're a lot different. We have a maximum number of students in a course is 22 people. Minimum for this program is going to be about 12 so that we can maintain at least 10 academically throughout the whole 2.5 years. So it's really important that we get enough students for this program to kick it off for the fall. If we find that we need a little more time fall may not be our starting date, but we're really pushing for that. The next term would be spring. But I'm hoping that we can get, a good turnout for this group. Anybody else have any questions? If you don't want to put it in the chat and you just want to talk openly, please unmute yourself. I'd like to know where you're coming from, if you don't mind just telling us like your locations, just so I have an idea of how we're reaching out to the regional center groups.
We have Bronx, we have Syosset, which is Long Island. We have HRC, New York City, Rochester, New York. Harlem, Brooklyn, New York, HRC. Well, we do hope that all of you will really spread the word. This is an endeavor we kind of put information about out quickly. And we're hoping, like Carolyn said, to be able to get everything together for the fall. But that really means reaching people and, getting people on board. So if you have people you can share it with, please do that. We want to spread the word.
And one of the other things is it's all levels of employees in the organizations. We've had AVPs, we've had DSPs, we've had ComHab workers, everyone at different levels, HR professionals within the organization. So it's very broad and wide. People who are not members, this is really specific. I mean, one of the goals with Stony Brook in this program is to support the human services field. And so we really do want people who are in human services to benefit from this program and to be able to remain in this program. So we're trying to advocate for the field for the ability to improve quality of care. So people who are not members right now, I don't believe will be accepted into this program at this time.
Carolyn, can you just clarify? I'm getting some questions in the chat about what does it mean to be a member of RCWT. So in terms of the expectations, you have to be working in the field and affiliated with the field, right? And so anybody who is affiliated with the DD field in New York State is potentially a part of Regional Centers for Workforce Transformation, because what we do is we offer supports that push forward the New York State core competencies and bring both the core competencies and the NADSP Code of Ethics to life. So we're here to support all agencies, stakeholders in the field in New York State. And so potentially your involvement, just being in New York State in the field, working in an organization, that would mean you were affiliated with Regional Centers for Workforce Transformation. Do you have anything else to add to that, Carolyn?
No, I agree. Someone's asking about if we have a similar BA program. The problem, we don't right now. The difficulty with a bachelor's, and we were even looking to do a bachelor's completion. Everyone who has started a bachelor's degree has gone in a different area of focus. And so it's very hard to make up the difference unless it's a multidisciplinary bachelor's degree and can cover anything that came, in as a transfer class. It's also a lot longer. It's 120 credits for a bachelor's degree. So it's hard to put somebody into a part-time program, one course a semester for a BA in this program right now. Not that it would not ever happen in the future, but right now we're only offering the master's.
Any other questions out there?
I just have a bratty question, Carolyn. Where does the 60 cents go?
I know. I know the 60 cents, there's one fee that is included in that program cost, and it's $15.60. It's the college fee. I don't know
Okay.
what it does, but yeah, it's
The
60
Virgo
cents.
in me was just like,
I know, it's a weird amount. So it's again $1,214.60. So
That is one of the things that the students that I've worked with, spoke to in terms of being able to make this happen for themselves. Is, when you look at $1,800 versus the $1,214.60, that's a huge difference per class. And that is based on waiving those fees and that scholarship allotment. That really does bring the cost down for people in this field. So it's a huge benefit.
right. And for anyone who does have tuition reimbursement, you can submit your payment, your receipt, I guess, to your employer and show them your unofficial transcript every term. Say, see, I paid this for this. So if you get reimbursed, that's just another added amount that you can put on that. Say, wow, I'm getting another couple $100 per course.
Yeah, so that, now is a good time. And someone put it in the chat as well. It's a good time to explore what your employers offer in terms of tuition reimbursement, as well as, some offer reimbursement for books and things like that as well. The students that I worked with, they did benefit from tuition reimbursement on top of that reduced fee for tuition through Stony Brook. So it made it even easier financially.
And some of the organizations I've been working with, we're talking about recruitment. This is a great recruitment opportunity. This is a great retention opportunity for their employees. It does take 2.5 years to get through this program. If you leave, I'm just saying, if an individual were to leave after that 2.5 years, you did get somebody to stay for 2.5 years. I mean, it sounds crazy that we talk that way. I mean, I grew up in the idea of you get a job and you stay there forever. Long-term employee concept, but now with our, gig economy and things, people don't stay long. And so it's a struggle for this type of organization to be able to maintain employees for a length of time. And so I think that many people are saying, we offer this as another benefit to coming to work for us.
Yeah, we talk a lot about that in regional centers and in the field, the challenge of retention and recruitment and those things. And at the end of the day, if people have these enhanced skills and knowledge that pertains to the field and they leave the field even, those are just champions we have out there in the world that we need, so it really is, it's really going to benefit the field overall, whether, you stick with us or not. We did have another question in the chat. How many weeks does each course last? I don't recall off the top of my head.
Yes, they're 10 weeks in length. So I'll give you an idea of the term. If you start in the fall, it's a September to November, then January to March, and then mid-March to May, and then June to early August, and then you start again in September, mid-September. Again, there's a big break in between. Most of December, you're not in class. You're off the whole month. And the last half of August and the first half of September. So, we try to get you around some of those bigger holidays and a vacation in the summer. If you miss a class, say, for instance, you have a health issue one term and you need to not be in the course that semester, we ask that you let us know at least 2 weeks before so that we don't enroll you. And if you need to make up the course, we can't stop the cohort and wait for you. So you just take the next course with the cohort as it comes. But at the end, you can make up that other course. Most of our courses are not prerequisites to each other. So you can pick it up at the end. If I have a cohort that is scheduled to provide that course, I'm happy to put you in it. If not, then you would just need to take that course on your own as a traditional Stony Brook student, pay the tuition, the normal tuition, and just take it at your convenience. Because we do need the cohort to stay together the whole time. But we understand that sometimes something happens and you need to step out for a semester. There's a new message.
We have a question in the chat. Accounting does not usually accept pictures as receipts. I will need the 2021 attestation and application and a voucher to process this. Oh, I read discard last message. Sorry, after I already read through it. Sorry about that. That was meant for another chat, right?
Okay.
It happens to all of us. Let's see. Just confirming tuition is $1214.60 per credit course. Yes. And how much is that total?
I forget the math. I'm
I
sorry.
can do the math real quick. How many courses are there again?
11. 13,000.
13,360. And Heather, you'll love this, 60 cents.
60 cents. But think about the fact that you're doing one at a time. So again, one of the benefits of this program is there is no student debt at the end. You're doing one at a time. If you do get tuition reimbursement, a lot of people would just hang on to it and then roll that into their next payment. So it depends on how your organization does it.
When you think about a little over $13,000, you can get a master's degree from Stony Brook University. It's a good opportunity. Of course, it's difficult to figure out finances. But again, this is a way that maybe some people will be able to make it work.
Right. Okay. How else? Any other questions? Thoughts?
Is there a typical graduation? That's a great question.
So 2020, we could not do our graduation, but this year we did. We had an in-person graduation. It was very exciting. People had to wear their masks going in, sit down, and then they could take them off. Okay, so now my daughter's going to call me 20 times. I apologize. We do have a graduation, and that really is the only reason you have to come to Stony Brook at all. And we hope to see you there. The School of Professional Development usually has their own graduation. This year was, again, a little different than normal. But we're really excited and we do hope to see you at graduation. The university had 10 graduations this spring. I will also let you know, you'll probably be graduate like 2.5 years. So if we start in the fall, then you end in the 2.5 years later in the spring semester. This year we had a mother and daughter graduate, which was fun.
All right, so I think that wraps things up. We, again, will send out that information to you later today, so you have it at your fingertips. You can reach out to Carolyn, Elisa, myself. You'll have my email address because the email will be coming from me later today. So reach out with any questions, comments. Feel free to pass the information on to others. And at some point, we hope to make this recording accessible to people too, so that they can reference it.
Yes. And again, any major questions, please just send them to me. I'm happy to help you. It's carolyn.jankowski@stonybrook.edu. And we're looking forward to meeting with you again. We will have another orientation, and that orientation will talk a little bit more about, admissions, starting classes and things like that. So that we'll be giving you all that information at orientation.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you for organizing this all.
Welcome.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Denise, one person said they didn't get a confirmation. I don't know who that is, though, in the chat.
Yes, I sent Anna a message. I'll add her to the list.
All right. Great, Anna. We don't want to miss you.
If there's anyone who's not receiving emails from Regional Centers for Workforce Transformation, the best thing for you to do is to go to our website, which is www.workforcetransformation.org, and click the opt-in button. That will get you any emails that come directly from regional centers. That's the best way to get information. Also on our website, we list all events, trainings, workshops, sessions such as this. So that's a great place to find information as well. I will add you to my mailing list, Anna, so that you will sometimes get information from me as well. But again, the best way, everyone, is to opt in through our website. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.